Brown's back at practice. It is week 3 of the preseason, and the most interesting development today, Mary Kay, is Kevin Stefanski, who seemed pretty set on starting Deshaun Watson in Game 3 in Seattle about a week ago, pivoted a little bit today and didn't sound, I don't want to say non-committal, because it still seems like maybe he's leaning that way, but he's kind of left it open to not start Deshaun on Saturday night.
Yeah, well, I think one of the reasons is because there's so much uncertainty going on right now at left tackle. And of course, he's coming off of a shoulder surgery. You have to be careful with him. You have to make sure that he comes out of this game healthy and that he is ready for the Cowboys. So they'll evaluate it as the next couple of days go on. But I can tell you, I need him to start in Seattle because I'm going all the way out there and I need something to write about in Seattle. So I'm putting my 2 cents in. Deshaun needs to play.
Yeah, forget the tackle situation. It's for the people that are traveling out to Seattle. They want to see Deshaun Watson play quarterback in that game. But Ashley, I did think it was interesting that it was a little bit of a change of tone from Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, last week or on August 12th, again, time is just a meaningless construct in training camp. So I believe it was on August 12th, Kevin Stefanski said that's the plan when he got asked and kind of laid out the quarterback plan for the last 2 preseason games. And it is, to me, a change of tone, and it's a change from Kevin Stefanski's usual pattern because his last few years as a head coach here, this 3rd game has always been their dress rehearsal game. So barring something being wrong with the quarterback, you would expect to see Deshaun Watson out there. And it just seems like that's not the case anymore, that they are waffling a little bit on whether they are going to play him or not. So I'm definitely fascinated to see what happens. And for Mary Kay's sake, I hope she has a Deshaun story to write on Saturday night.
We're all pulling for you here, Mary Kay. He did say he thinks all the starters should be expecting to play on Saturday, but that's more of a, hey, get ready. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready sort of thing. Now, Mary Kay, we also heard from Jerry Jeudy today, Deshaun Watson's top target. What did he have to say?
Well, first of all, Jerry Jeudy said he's feeling so much better. He tweaked his knee. I've been writing about the fact that it has been a knee. Wasn't really sure when it happened, how it happened, but he tweaked his knee a little bit in OTAs. He's feeling a lot better now. He hasn't practiced very much. I think today was about his maybe 3rd full practice when you consider 11 on 11s and things like that. Fortunately for him, he looked really good with Deshaun today. So those guys have some catching up to do, but I think they can do it. I think they sort of have some natural chemistry going on that I've seen so far, and I think they'll only continue to build on that.
Yeah, Ashley, we talk about this all the time on the podcast, getting reps together, getting work together. Lance Risland is big on getting reps together. It's getting close. September 8th is not that far away, so whatever they can get between now and then is important.
I do think it's important, but I think both guys, in theory, are going to be helped by the fact that they're used to running this kind of offense and these choice routes in particular. Jerry Jeudy talked about a couple of weeks ago that he's run choice routes for his entire career. We know Deshaun Watson ran a similar offense in Houston. So I think that is working for them. I still think those reps together are going to be really important. I thought Jerry made a nice play in 7-on-7s today where he kind of bobbled the ball on the right sideline and then came down with it, and they were celebrating together. So I think you've seen sparks. I would still like them to get more consistent reps, though.
Now, on the injury front, Amari Cooper did not practice today, even though Kevin Stefanski told us before practice that he would. So he missed practice. Remember, he left the second joint practice early on. And then also David Njoku sat at this practice as well. We don't have an update on David, but Mary Kay, again, something else we've talked about over and over again. This team is a little bit top-heavy when it comes to their pass catchers, and Amari and David are right at the top of that list.
Right. Well, David was another one who left that Thursday practice against the Vikings early on after coming up slowly after a rep. So both of those guys left that practice, or at least David stayed on the field. Amari went in with the trainer, and they were both not out there today. But they still have time to get ready. I think they'll be out in full force next week after this game. They might play a little bit in Seattle, maybe not, but they will definitely be ready for the opener. I don't think it's anything to worry about.
Yeah, so much of this is just precautionary in camp. Amari did go through some of the walkthrough stuff without a helmet. David was standing out there, and he seemed like he was in pretty good spirits. I think he went out and played a little defense in the walkthroughs. So probably nothing to worry about, Ashley. But again, the closer you get, just the more these things things stand out.
Yeah, I did think it was promising to see Amari go out there at least for that walkthrough period, because at that point there had been some back and forth earlier in the day. Kevin said Amari would practice, then we go out there, he's not practicing, and then all of a sudden he's getting in there for the walkthrough portion at the very end. So I agree. I mean, I think too it's just a point that these guys now, we know reps are important. This is a new offense, but these are your two top guys. They are two veterans. I think one day isn't going to make or break them either way.
Okay, we'll have full coverage of this game. Mary Kay is going to have full coverage in Seattle on Saturday. It's all at cleveland.com/Browns.